Alright guys, so in today's video you're going to see me attempt to tint the Volkswagen Jetta. I'm filming this after doing it. I was hoping that it would go a little bit smoother, but it did not. I'm going to walk you through the process of doing this and the one I went through and how it turned out. This was a $28 kit that I got off of eBay. It was pre-cut. Everything was ready to go, but I'm not sure what I'm not a tint expert, so I don't know. It's probably a combination of me not being as skilled to work with this stuff, and at the same time it's probably not the most expensive or the best material at the same time. For 28 bucks shipped for all the tints, I mean, I'm guessing it's probably not the best quality, but it was very hard to work with. Anyways, got almost all the windows done. Let me show you what happened. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Just for the daily driver, the Volkswagen Jetta, I actually have some tint because it is extremely bright in there. It doesn't have any factory tint because it's kind of a base model car. It's not like the trucks where the back windows are at least tinted. This thing has nothing on it. So driving at nighttime, you're getting blasted in the face from everybody's lights, you know, reflecting the mirrors into your eyes. And I'm gonna try tinting. I've only tinted 2 front windows before, and they were, they didn't have any trim around the, I guess around the exterior of the window. It was just kind of a convertible top, and they didn't have a frame around the window, so it was pretty easy. I really only had to trim the bottom, and it came out good. But I'm gonna try it. I went ahead and got this kit off eBay, and they sell pre-cut tints, which I thought was pretty cool, rather than just getting a roll of tint and you having to cut out absolutely everything. This one is actually pre-cut for specific year, make, and model vehicles. And it was pretty cheap. It was like 28 bucks or something like that, and you can get whatever different colors. So I got the fronts a little bit lighter, and then the back and the back doors and the back window I got darker. So I'm gonna try it out, and I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I'm gonna mess around with it for a little bit, and then once I kind of feel that I figured it out, I am going to tell you how I'm doing it, and hopefully it turns out okay. But if not, it was 28 bucks. We'll see how it goes. All right, let me show you guys what this, how this comes, because it's kind of interesting. So over here, it's kind of dancing all over the place, so I'm just gonna kind of recap what's going on. This is the back window, so it's pre-cut back window. These are like the rear window. These are the rear door pre-cut tints. So you can see these little, I think they're called winglets, that go on that kind of tiny triangle piece of glass. These are gonna be the back windows, and then these are the front windows, which is a lighter tint. So you guys can probably see it's a lighter shade, but once we get it in there and it gets kind of dark, it's gonna darken up. We're just looking at a white background here. So this is the lighter shade that they cut it out of, and then this is the darker. So it should be pretty interesting. It's kind of cool how they separate it. So what you're supposed to do is cut it out, because they kind of already have it traced out for you. So you cut it out with scissors, and then you go ahead and get down to business. So right now I have a soapy water solution in this bottle here, 32-ounce bottle. Hopefully you guys can see it. 3/5 of a teaspoon to a 32-ounce bottle. And we got some scrapers and lint-free cloths. And we're gonna go to town on this and see how it turns out. Like I said, I'm not an expert at this. And I'm gonna see how it turns out and see if I'm happy with it, but let me mess with it and continue. So after messing around for a while, I practiced on these 2 windows before I decided to kind of let you guys know how it's going. And even though this probably looks pretty good on camera, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, pay the professionals to do it. This is a pain to do. It's very tedious, it's very stressful, and trying to get it perfect, and actually this looks pretty good even on camera. Trying to get it perfect is a ton of work. I have a whole new respect for these guys that do the window tint. I mean, it looks pretty good from here, but there is, like, you know, there's a couple minor imperfections, but for the most part it does look really good. But you know, it's not perfect, but it is so tedious to do this, you guys. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how I'm doing it. And you know, there's a bunch of different ways or methods that people are doing it, but mine seems to be working. I mean, these are pretty simple. This is what I'm dreading though, is having to do this back window. I think that is gonna be stressful. And there's also a little bug or critter hiding back here, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna get him out, but that's what we're left with. So over here, so what you essentially do, and I'm not gonna pretend to be a professional at this, but this is what I'm doing based on what I've learned, is this one is actually nice. It's pre-cut, and you don't even have to do anything except peel it off, which is cool. I mean, if you're gonna attempt this yourself, this is definitely the way to do it. So you clean the windows, you squeegee them, you clean them with a razor blade. So you clean it all down, mixed with that, you keep spraying that soapy water solution on there, and you squeegee it a million times, wipe it with cloths, inside, outside, everywhere. Again, razor, make sure there's no debris, and then I finish off with this squeegee. So one of these squeegees, I finish off with one of these, just so you know that there's no lint on there. I have this other squeegee. There's this cheap little kit that I bought off of, I think eBay or Amazon, but it came with all this stuff for like 10 bucks. But this, you can scrape anything. This, you do the final squeegee and get it all clean. And then you're supposed to put it on the outside. You spray solution, tack it on the outside, so your clear plastic liner is on the outside, so you're not scratching anything. And see these kind of fingers here? Hopefully you can see them. You have to heat this and kind of just work them out, because if you put it on the window and you don't work those out, they're going to keep bubbling up and turn into a nightmare. So I did it pretty decent on this side. There was a few that kept coming up, but I had to keep chasing them, but now they're finally gone after everything's kind of drying and tacking up. So I think that looks pretty good, and I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to look, but man, is this stressful to get done. This back window is scaring me. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do this without messing it up. I'm guessing it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do it. Pretty confident I can get these two windows done, and the front one shouldn't be any harder than this one here, I would assume. This is honestly, this little guy is, well, I don't know if it's because it's a small one, but it's kind of the easiest one, because you just kind of tack it on there like a sticker, and you don't have to worry about windows going up and down and putting it behind seals and seams. This was a little bit scary on the other side, but managed to get it done. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it, and you guys can watch the process. Okay, so again, I can't stress enough how frustrating this is, and like I said, it's just not my forte as far as being super delicate and artsy, I want to say, because you really have to be, you know, good with knives, and I don't know, it's just a really delicate process for me anyways, but I am managing to get it done. Looks pretty good. I had a couple, I guess everyone's calling them fingers in the tint industry, but I had a few of those pop up, so I just had to take care of those with a bit of heat and just kind of massaging them. But it did turn out pretty good, to be honest. I'm happy with the results, but I just don't know that I would do it myself again, because it is a very stressful process in my opinion. Back is obviously super dark, which is what we were going for, and the fronts are going to be a little bit lighter. But we also have this big back window, and that's going to be the hardest one, so I'm not sure if I'm going to tackle that first or the sides, but I'm going to get this stuff prepped up and then we'll continue. So now I'm going to tackle the rear window, and first you have to start off with the back, putting the tint on and getting rid of all those fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and just fly through that. So in order to do that, they're asking, or most people end up using a dryer sheet. You use a bit of the solution that you've mixed and you spray it on, and you kind of rub to get all the dryer sheet on the back window. I'm presuming so it doesn't stick while you're getting rid of all the, like, you're heating it up and getting it to form to the shape of the rear window. So I'm gonna go ahead, mist this on, and then we'll go ahead and put all this on and continue. So that step's done. We'll wait for that to dry, and then what we are going to do is spray an H pattern of the solution on the back window and put it down. Okay, so next we're gonna use a cloth, clean cloth, and draw an H pattern. Just gonna wipe off the dryer sheet in an H pattern on the back window. Okay, so I did give up on the rear window. You're supposed to essentially heat it up and keep working out what they call fingers. And I don't know if, probably a combination of me not being experienced and this material being very paper thin. It's not easy to work with. And this side was just going crazy and getting all wrinkly, and then I ended up getting one of the spots too hot and pretty much almost burned a hole right through. So I'm just gonna pay somebody to tint the rear window, but I'm gonna continue and at least get the front ones done, and then I can just get somebody to tint the rear window for me. Alright, so here's the finished product on the 4 windows, and it looks pretty good, but I am never doing that again. That pretty much did it for me and sealed the deal. I do not want to ever have to do tint again. That was just, it took me way too long, stressed me way out, and yeah, not fun. But the back window, we aborted mission because it didn't work out with this tint that we got for $28 for all pieces off of eBay, but the rest of it came out okay. But I think this was a slightly inferior material compared to the back one they gave me, because this one was even harder to work with and the window's the same curvature. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. And my recommendation, or my personal opinion, is I don't ever want to tint, but hopefully that kind of sheds some light on the whole situation and you guys can decide for yourself if you would ever want to tint. But I got most of it done, just not the back window, but it's like an average job. I wouldn't say it's like a top quality job, and it takes forever to try to be tedious and perfect with it. So anyways, that's my take on it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below of window tint. Have you done it? Would you do it after seeing this? Or what's your take? Let me know. I want to hear it. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.